Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. It is time for the Turkey Day special. We are going to break down the three games, the three big, epic. Okay, they're not that epic, but we've got three games.
There's potential. There's
There's some
potential. I mean,
potential.
the Lions are the hottest team in football. The Bills are one of the coldest teams in football right now. I mean, they beat the Browns, but we all expected that. And then you got the Giants. They might put up a fight, divisional game. Very important. It means a lot to the Giants to win this game. They lose this game, and everything that they were saying, all the fans were saying a couple weeks ago, is out the window at this point. If they don't win, so that's huge for them. And I really think this is going to be an interesting matchup too, because you think about it, 5 days ago, the whole world was on the Vikings being like, oh, they finally got that big win they needed. They beat Josh Allen, best team in football, who's really cold right now. But everybody was loving them 5 days ago, just 5 short days ago, and now they're only a 2.5 point favorite at home against the Patriots, who couldn't put up more than 3 points offensively, even though the Jets offensively could only put up 3 inches per play in the second half and 3 total yards, I think, in the second half or whatever it was. I mean, so the fact that the Vikings lost that much respect, I mean, deservingly with that game to the Cowboys, but I mean, there's some interesting games. I think things can get interesting is my point here.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm actually like, when I look at the sides, so the dog catcher didn't necessarily identify these, but my eyes did. I have the dogs covering all three of these games. I got give me Detroit +9, give me the Giants +9 or 9.5 or whatever it is. So they're both 9.5. Yes,
yeah, they're both 9.5 right now.
Give me both of them. Give me both of those +9.5s, and give me New England plus the 2.5 against the Vikings. I actually am going to put some money on the money line for the Patriots to win this game against the Vikings, and this is because I have a little story to tell everyone. Okay, so I came on this show on Sunday morning, and I put my heart, my mind. I put some skin in the game, put some money on the Vikings. I even put an official bet in the contest that we're in on the Vikings to win that game, at least to cover against Dallas. And they sold like I have never seen anyone sell. They as soon as it was grand opening, it was grand closing, because they started selling in the first quarter against Dallas. And you tried to tell me Sunday morning
I did.
that Kirk Cousins was going to sell because it may not be prime time, but it was a spotlight game. And I didn't believe you. And I'm here to say I'm not going to make that mistake again. And I am going to, if anything, I'm betting against Kirk Cousins in the only game that's going to be on TV on Thursday night. And I'm betting on the Patriots and Bill Belichick to find a way. He's a statue back there. Like that, Kirk Cousins is not moving around. You saw that the Cowboys got almost 10 sacks on him. It was ugly. And the Patriots get after the passer really well. And we saw what they did against the Jets. And I know I'm not saying that the Vikings are the same as the Jets. And I don't know that they're going to be able to cover Justin Jefferson the same as Dallas was. But I'm not feeling this matchup for the Vikings, and I'm going Patriots on this one as well.
Yeah, and I mean, you are on the right channel, guys. Don't get confused. This is Men of Order, but we're gonna go out of order since we just got into it anyway. This is the last game on the slate, but we'll start with it. And but I do want to say also, check out our early line show, because we do that every week to show how sometimes these lines move, and it's better to get in on something a little bit earlier. Earlier in the week on Monday, this was a +3 spread for the Patriots. So I think you would love +3 way more than you love +2.5 in this game. Chad opted with going for the money line anyway in that contest for, he's trying to catch up, make some ground on me. So he went for the money line anyway, so it didn't affect him in this case. But, we talked about why you should maybe take the Patriots +3 also in that episode. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because, you're getting value there in that case, because now if you're taking the Patriots now, I mean, you might get hooked on that field goal. So
right. But that's not the only reason why we're playing this. Why we're looking at this game, right? We're also looking at it because we've got some potential for some props as well, and we're going to get into that.
Well, I just I was going to say also I favor the Patriots here because of the third down discrepancies on both sides of the ball in this case.
Talk about it.
Patriots offense is 22nd in third down percentage, so we know we're not expecting much from their offense. But the Vikings defense is also 22nd, so it's not like we're gonna expect like a overpowering from their Vikings defense in that case.
Mhm.
I'm not expecting the Pats to be moving the ball. I'm thinking a low scoring game here. The books tend to agree 42 and a half on the Vikings is not giving the Vikings offense a lot of credit here. Obviously, we saw them put up 3 last week, but before that, they've been a pretty high powered offense, putting up points every week. Um, but the Vikings offense is 21st on third down, and the Patriots defense is ninth. They get good stops, and we saw what they did to the Jets. Like, I mean, that was incredible. And I mean, giving no credit to Zach Wilson, that was still an incredible performance. So,
Right.
I think they're going to take advantage of the Vikings here. I do think they might pull this upset here. But at the same time, I'm not ready to trust the Patriots or the Patriots offense. I trusted them
Hmm.
I trusted them a couple weeks ago and they got it done for me. But it's just I don't know. I was willing to bet on Zach Wilson over the Patriots
So,
last week. Let's put it
so are
like
you
that.
on? Are you telling us you're on the under on this one?
I kind of feel like I like the under. I feel like the Patriots are going to be slowing the Vikings down a lot.
Mm.
But I think the Vikings might be able to pull out the win. They just have more star power. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Okay.
Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, they can make a play if they need to. The one weak point in the Patriots defense is rushing.
Mm.
Which is it's not really a weak point. They're just 12th instead of top five,
Right.
like the
Right.
rest of the stats. But they have been on fire. They're pretty much top five in everything in the past like 6-7 weeks defensively.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't trust the Vikings to really move the ball either. I really don't have any props early on this one. I probably am gonna just because we're filming this Tuesday night. You guys are gonna be seeing this Wednesday morning. Um, but the games aren't until Thursday night, so
Hmm.
I'm probably just gonna put out an article Thursday morning with like official picks real quick. So go ahead and
Okay.
tune into menoforder.com. Follow us on Twitter. The link is in the description box there. Because that's probably where my official picks are going to be. We can kind of talk some plays out here, but I don't really have any props that I want to signal out in this game. I do in some of the other games, but
All right. Let me pull it up just to see if there's anything crazy. Let's go
yeah.
first just straight to the touchdowns and see. Ramondre Stevenson 105 on the plus side. Dalvin Cook 105 on the minus side. Justin Jefferson at plus 125 as an anytime touchdown scorer in this game is kind of interesting to me because he didn't score last week and he had he had an okay game, but it wasn't what I was expecting. He started off quick and then that was pretty much it. The Vikings offense did nothing like practically the entire second half.
I would
So
argue it wasn't even an okay game for him on by his
I'm saying
standards.
like
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like
But
early on he got a couple of catches
I
for
get
like
what you're
30
saying. Yeah.
something yards. Yeah, and I was just like, okay, well maybe there's a path to him putting up some yardage and it just like never materialized. So um I look at this plus 125 for him getting a touchdown in this game as being a something interesting to keep an eye on. I'm not going to stick my neck out there because I think that because of the prime time Kirk Cousins rearing its head, I'm staying away from any Vikings plays on offense. They are going the route
Exactly.
of the Green Bay offense. They are banned for right now. And while they're on prime time, I'm going to wait until they go back to playing some 1 o'clock games when there's an octobox going on and Kirk Cousins can get lost in the shuffle and go nutso on
and it
everybody.
and it's not even wholly the primetime factor. The Dallas Cowboys are a great defense, and this Patriots
Yes,
defense is even better. And
yes,
so
exactly.
yeah, I don't trust the Vikings here, but I don't trust the Patriots in this spot either. That's why
Hmm.
I'm not about to just go throw out some props that I don't even like. I'm gonna have to
Hmm.
dissect this
Hmm.
game a lot more by Thursday before I give
Yeah.
out some official plays on this one because
Oh,
I think it could go both ways. Like it could be a real
mhm.
ugly game, or it could be one of those games where like the defenses are just like, way too or maybe the Patriots are a little too aggressive, too cocky, too confident
Mm,
after what they've done last week and after what the Vikings did last week, where maybe they get beat on a play or two, or a couple broken tackles. I mean, it could go either way, but I think it's
right.
going to be a pretty tight, low scoring game, in my
I
opinion.
feel you. I feel you. All right. So let's go. So we'll go back. We'll become men of order again, and we will go to the early game, 11:30 a.m. Central Time, noon 30 Eastern Time. The Buffalo Bills go and play the Detroit Lions. What are you feeling here? I think this is going to be a potentially very high scoring game because both of these offenses have been lighting people up, and both of them have been struggling to stop people.
The Lions are the hottest team in football right now, huh? Yeah, no,
Seems that way.
both offenses are electric. Especially, if the Lions and Jared Goff are actually on the money and driving the ball. I mean, we saw what they did to the to the Giants, but like,
Hmm.
I'm not that impressed by that or anything. The Bills, they got to get back on track. I feel like this is a really good get right game. They were in
Hmm.
the away team locker room last week, even though they were home at this
Right.
stadium. They're comfortable. They know how the grass is feeling on that turf. They've been there the whole week. I'm assuming they didn't go home and
Yeah,
fly back.
that's not a bad
So
look. Yeah,
it,
that's a
it
good
and
idea.
it's a get right spot in general, even without all of
Hmm.
those factors. Like that just kind of adds to it. They got right against the Browns. I know they got that win, but now you got a game away at Detroit, who is one of the hotter teams in football right now with four straight
Hmm.
wins. So it's like, you're in a good position to really show like, no, wait, we still run this shit. We still run this league. We're the Super Bowl favorites for a reason. And it's a good time for them to come show it because yes, both offenses are electric, but there's only one defense that's pretty solid in this game, and that is the Bills. And I think they'll be able to control it. And I actually have the Bills probably covering this. I'm not going to take that
Mm,
as an official play. I never take an official favorite at when it's this high. Usually I don't. So I'm going to stay
that's
away
smart.
from doing that. But if I had to pick one, I don't think I can trust the lines to cover this here.
Mm. I got you on that. I'm just the dog catcher model says
I hear you.
Buffalo minus 6.5, not minus 9.5. So I'm taking its advice, and I'm gonna trust the Lions to keep this thing tighter than 9.5.
Yeah.
I
And
don't think
just to
they I don't think
provide
they win, but
I got you. Well, to provide some context to what I was saying about how bad the defense is and everything, but Bills offense second in total yards, Lions defense last. Bills offense third in pass yards, Lions defense 28th. Bills offense ninth in rush yards, Lions defense 31st. They're second in points per game. The Lions are last in points allowed. The Bills are third in yards per play, Lions are last. Bills are third in yards per carry, Lions are 30th. Fourth in yards per completion, Lions are 31st. So Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Josh Allen slinging the rock downfield. I mean, that's just what it looks like. The Lions have no pass rush. They're 27th with 1.7 sacks per game. They're going to be giving Josh Allen time back there. And their secondary is not going to be able to lock up Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs, in my opinion. But you're correct in the fact that the Lions can also put up points. They're sixth in total yards,
mhm,
Bills defense 13th. They're good, but and then the Lions are 11th in pass yards. The Bills are
mhm,
20th. We saw what Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins then were able to do to this Bills secondary. So the Lions can definitely move the ball in this game. The Bills defense, they're fifth in points allowed though, and the Lions are eighth in points per game. So something's got to give there. That's a really good
mhm.
matchup. And then on third down, this is what it's going to come down to right here. Bills offense second on third down. Lions defense. Take a guess, Chad.
I'm going to go with last.
Boom! Winner, winner, chicken dinner there, or turkey
Listen,
dinner, I should
all I'm going
say.
to say is they're not last in everything. So you're saying there's a chance.
Listen, you got it right. Guessing last, you got a good chance. Lions offense 16th on third down, Bills defense 15th. So that's just, average at best for both. Uh, the Bills offense 23rd in the red zone touchdown percentage. That's actually one of their weaknesses that we've talked about
Let's
before.
go.
Um,
All
and the
field
line,
goal.
but the Lions
I'm going
defense
Massey.
27th. So I trust Josh Allen over a 27th ranked red zone defense, no matter what Josh Allen and them have been doing in the red zone all season long. This is a better matchup for them, obviously. Lions offense, though, they do put up points. They're fifth in the red zone touchdown percentage. The Bills, obviously, their defense is good. They don't allow a lot of points, so they're third.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, it seems lopsided, you know what I mean? But every time it seems that lopsided, it's usually a lot closer than it looks. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm going to stay away from this 9.5 point spread. I just can't trust the Lions to take the other side either. So I'm going to be
Mm.
looking at props. I'm going to be looking at Josh Allen. I'm going to be looking at Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm going to be looking at Devin Singletary to maybe gash this defense. Mostly because I feel like the Bills could get out ahead and get out to an early lead, and
Mm.
at that point running the
So
ball. And Devin Singletary's been on fire lately, getting a
so
lot
what
of
do you
yards. So
so what do you think about this? So I'm looking at Josh Allen 275 plus is minus 118, but 300 plus is plus 164. That's a like that's a really tight margin, 25 yards to have an 82 uh,
Yeah,
point juice difference. That's huge. Like
yeah. Hey, you know,
there's no way I'm taking that 275 plus bet and I'm not just hitting the 300 instead. Like they
well,
are.
Dan,
This is the popcorn at the movie theater where it's like, hey, do you want the medium for 275 and a minus 118, or you want to just go ahead and get the large for plus 164? Like, give me the
yeah,
large.
yeah. Hey, Daniel Jones just put up 341 yards on
That's what
this
I'm
Lions
saying.
defense,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
that is absurd. So I'm with Josh Allen. I'm with riding the Bills offensively. In terms of props, I'm gonna give again official plays will be on menoforder.com, and I'll tweet it out and everything. I'll put a post up on here for you guys that are here, so you don't forget and everything, so that you can go check it out and all that. But I don't have official plays yet, just because I like to play it a little closer to game time
Yeah,
personally.
I
But
don't have any
yeah,
official
I'm gonna
plays
be all
either,
over that.
but I just did pull this up. So Josh Allen and Jared Goff both to throw for 300 yards, plus 792.
It's asking a lot from Jared Goff, I think.
I
I
know,
don't know if
I
they're
know.
gonna
I think I'm probably
have
going to go with the
sustained
250
drives.
instead, and we're going
I
to go
think
a little bit.
the issue for them is that they might not have sustained drives here.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
going to
like
go with the
the Bills are gonna get some stops. I think, in my opinion, they're the
yeah.
Bills are playing for more. Even though the Lions are really hot right now, the Bills are playing for way more. They
Mhm.
want to take control of that division sooner rather than later. So
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with the if I'm going to do this, it's going to be the Josh Allen 300 plus and Jared Goff 250 plus, and that's plus 359. So
yeah,
three and a
I
half
don't
to
hate that.
one, three and a half to one. I don't mind that. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
definitely.
So I'm just looking at some stuff as we go through this, just kind of
Yeah, I got
play
you.
around with
Yep.
it. But yeah, so that's a good look for that. And then as we go into
Oh, one more. Hold on. I actually
oh,
had
you
one
got
more
another
prop.
one?
No, I forgot
All
to
right,
mention it.
all right.
A possible prop that I am also looking at. I'm going to monitor where these lines are closer to game time. But the Bills in the third quarter,
Mm.
they should dominate the third quarter here. They're fifth in third quarter scoring right now, so they come out of halftime with some adjustments and they make things happen. They're fifth in that department. The Lions defense. Take a guess, Chad.
Dead last.
Winner, winner, turkey dinner for Thanksgiving. Dead
Hey,
last.
listen, I better get turkey dinner. I'm frying the damn thing.
They allow 9.4 points per third quarter this season so far.
Wow.
And the Bills already score a touchdown each quarter pretty much on their on in their respect. And the Lions are also 19th in scoring in the third quarter with only 3.9. So about a field goal, maybe a touchdown here and there in the third quarter. And then the Bills defense is third in that department in the third quarter, only allowing under a field goal per third
All right.
quarter. So
What did you
they
say the
should
Bills
dominate the third quarter.
average? The Bills average 9, or you
No,
said
they
the
average
Lions give up
6.6. The
9.
Lions allow 9,
The Lions allow 9, and the Lions score how many? 3.9.
3.9,
And
3.9
how?
for
And
4,
what do the Bills allow?
2.4.
All right. So if I'm just kind of splitting the difference, right? We got
Mm-hmm.
6.6 and 2.4, and then 3.9 and was it 9? So that's 12.9, and then what was it? 2.4 and what?
6.6.
So 6.6. So that's 9. So 9 and then 12.9. So we're at about 11, 11 and a half. The over under for the third quarter total is 10 and a half at plus 100.
There you go. See, that might
That's
be a good play.
so we might be right there, right in that 11-12 range with these two teams.
And
So
all it takes is two touchdowns. Even
that's a good
if the
look.
Lions
Yeah.
surprise us and the Lions dominate the
Right.
third, if they get the two
Right.
touchdowns, like
Right.
that's a good way to play it in that case.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
like it.
saying. That way
Yep.
you're not beholden to a
Relying on
side.
one team. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
Because
So
I'm
no
looking at
official
some of the other
plays there
stuff, and
again,
it's
but
not. Yeah, third quarter spread of -2.5 for Buffalo is only -118. So like,
yeah, I was gonna say
I'm just
juiced up. Yeah.
yeah. The other one just makes more sense to me. Like, just
Over
go
would
with
be the smarter play in that case.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
I agree.
yep.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep. All right, let's get into the most exciting one of the day,
yes, indeed, this
if
is
we
the
can say
one.
that. I don't know. Is
No,
it?
no. Listen. So let me tell you. Let me make my case for why I think this is a Giants cover and possibly even a Giants win. Okay, so Dallas dominates, right? They just dominate Minnesota. And this is after Dallas just got their ass handed to them a week ago against Green Bay. in a game I called, right? I called that upset. I said Green Bay is going to be Dallas in this game.
Yep.
They've got to,
Easy.
and they made it look pretty easy, and
And
that's with
spoiler alert for Sunday, real quick.
yeah.
I think the Packers might do it to the NFC East
I
again.
think I think so too. I think so too. I think it matches up well. It's there's a shot there, but anyway, what I see with this Dallas New York matchup is you've got, and I know it's not Josh Allen, and I know it's not some of these other mobile quarterbacks, but you look at what Green Bay did to Dallas, and Aaron Rodgers isn't exactly like the most fleet of foot guy, but he can move around in the pocket. Daniel Jones can do that as well, and he actually
Hmm.
can break off a few runs, and they run some
And
design runs for him.
he's
He's really
been
good when the pocket
destroying
breaks
in
down.
that department this season. Like he's been a
Exactly.
better runner than passer almost, and he's
So
been a solid passer. So it's
So,
yeah,
yeah,
he's
so I see some serious regression in terms of like Dallas really being able to consistently bring him to the ground and put serious pressure on him where if he breaks contain, now you've got some opportunities to make plays downfield. And the other thing is too, like Minnesota struggled to really consistently keep the ball moving on offense. Not so much because Dalvin Cook wasn't doing his thing, but because every time they tried to throw the ball on first or second down, they ended up getting sacked and they ended up behind the chains. And it didn't matter what Dalvin Cook was doing because he wasn't helping to control the game.
hmm
I think the Giants have a chance with Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones kind of, being effective and efficient, keeping this game a lot closer and actually, I think there's going to be a lot of recency bias, and I think it plays into this number where a lot
yeah,
of fans are going to the window. There's the Cowboys Nation is, it's one of those teams that like there's fans everywhere who are Dallas Cowboys fans for whatever reason. They've
yeah,
seen them on TV or whatever,
yep.
and so this number I think is affected by that. There's so much money heavy on Dallas. Yes, the Giants faithful is very supportive, but they're typically kind of limited to that area, whereas Dallas is everywhere. And I'd be really interested to see what the percentage of bets and what the percentage of money is on this. And so I think that this is you've got some recency bias where people saw what happened on Sunday, and they're just like they're thinking this is the team, this is the squad. And I'm just telling you, like this is a Thanksgiving Day matchup, and there's no guarantees. Even though Dallas plays this game at home every year on Thanksgiving Day, that does not mean that they play well when they're there.
So
Um,
right now
there's a
covers.com has it split actually 50-50 on that spread number. But that's
That's
covers.com.
crazy.
Obviously others books will have different numbers. I agree with you though. I mean,
I did not expect that.
this is
I'm
one
gonna
of
be
those
honest, I did
where
not expect that.
they had to make the line a little bit bigger to get even money though.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
not a lot
true,
of
true.
people that are
Yeah,
trusting the Cowboys on 10 points really. As much as you're right in what you're saying with the recency bias, people still remember what happened 2
yeah.
weeks ago.
No,
They
so
didn't forget
so
that yet. So
yeah, so every Monday before I look at the lines, I actually just look at the schedule on NFL.com and I try to guess at what the line should be based on just what I think about the teams and what I think that the public thinks and what the Vegas thinks about it. My guess was -5.5. And when I saw -9, I was just like, whoa, they really, and now it's moved to 9.5. They keep moving it to try to get some more money betting on the Giants. Um, which to me suggests that this thing is inflated because there's so much money on the Cowboys. Um, I think that the to me where I see this thing going is if if the Giants can maintain possessions, keep moving the ball, keep balanced on offense, throw enough on first down to keep uh, Dallas honest, but do it in a situation where they're in control and it's not letting that pass rush pin its ears back. Micah Parsons and company just like teeing off like they did on Kirk
yeah,
Cousins.
they got to run the ball,
Then
and that's
yeah,
why they
they
gave
got to run the
Saquon
ball.
an early easy load.
And
That's why
so
we had him
so
on the under
there
last
you
week.
go. So I'm leading you into because you made that call that he was going to be under his carry total. what do you see for Saquon Barkley in this game? Because that's, I think, the key to whether or not the Giants are actually able to pull this thing off, or at least cover.
Yeah,
Keep
I'm
it
gonna
close.
snipe his over 74 and a half rushing yards for sure.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a part of the article. Maybe the number moves a little bit, but I think I'm gonna take it
Mm-hmm.
either way. Um, but I might even ladder him and go for an 80, go for a 90,
Mm-hmm.
100 or something. I might think about that depending what numbers we're getting Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's hit 70 plus in 8 out of 10 games this season. The only two that he didn't were two of the last three. So he's got to get back on track in that side of things. And we know why he didn't get it against the Lions. One, they were down for most of the game, but even without that, exactly how I laid it out, you rush him
Mm-hmm.
35 weeks, 2 weeks ago. You got a game against the Lions who you can pass all over if you want to. And you got a big game 4 days later with the Cowboys, very important. So you don't run the ball with Saquon, but you
Not to
save
say
him for
anything.
this.
Yeah, not to say anything against your script and how it played out, because you hit the under, but maybe they should have given him the ball a little bit more because
Well,
it
no, they
didn't work.
they gave up that loss. That's what I'm saying
Yeah.
though. That's
You
that's
think
that was my whole
they
point. They
coughed
don't
it
care
up?
about
Yeah,
winning
they
that
don't
game.
care.
That game
Okay.
was not
'Cause it's not a
important.
division game.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it wasn't as important as keeping Saquon ready for Thursday.
Ah, there you
They
go.
did they
Okay.
did pass all over him. They just couldn't stop anything,
Yeah,
which I
for
think is
sure.
going to be the same issue today. But the Cowboys defense is their weakness is the run game.
Mhm.
We saw what Aaron Rodgers and the Packers were able to do. That's how they won that game, running
Mhm.
all over them. Aaron Jones had like 130. AJ Dillon had another 65. So that's how they're gonna get the job done. The Cowboys defense is 26th in rushing yards, and I think they're also 27th in yards per carry allowed. So Saquon, I expect him to run all over this. Um, he's hit 70 plus in 7 out of 10 games. Or wait, hold on. 70 teams against the Cowboys have hit 70 plus in 7 out of 10 games. Eight
Mm.
players have done it. Saquon already did it once, but I'll go through it, right? Week 1, Leonard Fournette, 127 yards. People forget about that with how bad the
Mm.
rushing defense
Yeah,
has been after. This Cowboys
that's
rush
right.
defense has been bad the whole season.
And
Even
then
though,
after that, the Buccaneers couldn't run on anybody for like 7 straight weeks.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Yeah.
So and then Barkley had 81. To your point about Daniel Jones running, he had
Uh-huh.
79 rushing yards the
There
last
you
matchup
go.
against the Cowboys. Uh, so the
And they
Washington
almost
three,
they had a chance in that game too. Like that
yeah, they were
that
there.
game was close late. Yeah.
They were a lot healthier than though. They're beat up right
Yeah.
now, like
True.
bad. So I don't think they have a chance winning this game, honestly. But they could cover though. I do see them
Mhm.
keeping it a little bit close. It's not like the Cowboys are like insanely dominant. The Washington three-headed monster of running backs, they did not. None of them eclipsed 70, but between the three of them, they combined for 137 on 26 carries, which is a 5.2 average.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders hit 71, Jamal Williams hit 79, Khalil Herbert hit 99, Aaron Jones 138, AJ Dillon 65 in the same game. Dalvin Cook
Yeah.
hit 72 last week in the loss. You don't want to put Daniel Jones in a position where the game is all on him and he has to pass against this top 5 pass defense who just shut down Kirk Cousins, who was one of the hottest quarterbacks in the league for like 125 yards or whatever he just had.
Right.
So I know Daniel Jones is coming off that 341-yard performance, but pump the brakes. Give the ball to your superstar Saquon Barkley. Let him take control of it. I mean, you might even want to take his rushing and receiving just in case he gets a lot of catches. That line is 102 and a half, so that wouldn't be a
Mm.
bad play either. The other way I'm going in this is that Giants secondary is depleted. If they weren't depleted before that game against Detroit, they are now for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at CD Lamb over 69 and a half receiving yards. He's been on fire lately. Um, they've been getting torched the past few weeks in general, and
Well, it's
now
up
they
to
have all these injuries to deal
72 and
with,
a half
which
on
makes it even worse.
FanDuel.
So
Where are you seeing 69 and a half? Because it's 70.
BetMGM minus
Oh.
115. So that's what I
Oh, yeah,
saw
that's
about an
that's
hour
the
ago.
route to
But
go then. Yeah, that's the route to go because it's minus 114 for 72 and a half on FanDuel. So you definitely want to go bet MGM for that then if you can get uh 3 fewer yards. I know it doesn't seem like much, but trust me, it's sometimes it makes all the difference in the world. Ask Melvin Gordon and Latavius Murray. Damn. Anyway.
yeah, I'm gonna list some names real quick for you.
Yeah.
Darnell Mooney, 94 yards against the Giants. Randall Cobb, 99 yards against the Giants. Christian Kirk, 96 yards against the Giants. Jordan Aiken, 72 yards against the Giants. Chris Moore, 70 yards against the Giants. Any of those names you think can do that and CeeDee Lamb can't? Oh, by the way, CeeDee Lamb in the first time they played 8 catches for 87 yards and a
There you
touchdown.
go. There
You
you
also
go.
got Mark Andrews torched him for 106 for the tight end position. DK Metcalf had 55 in the same game. Tyler Lockett had 63. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 76 just 5 days ago. So yeah, I'm on CeeDee Lamb and Saquon Barkley in this game for sure, and I'll think about other bets as well, which I'll put out in that article. The other one thing I want to say is there might be a lot of kicking in this game. I feel like both teams are
Mm,
really good defensively in the red zone. So the Cowboys defense is sixth in the red zone. The Giants defense is second, and the Cowboys defense is seventh on third down. Giants defense is fifth on third down. So these are stout
mm-hmm.
defenses when it comes to those short, or not short, but like those very important plays. They show up. So there might be a
Yeah,
lot of kicking.
and then in a division game too,
Exactly.
because it's important for both teams. There can sometimes be a tendency to be more conservative when you get into the red zone. It's 4th and 3. You're at the opponent's 25-yard line, and whereas you might go for it against another team outside your division, you're going to take the points and try to keep it tight and give yourself an opportunity later rather than cough it up right there and turn the ball over on downs. So yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that happening.
100%.
No kicker parlays available yet, but that usually comes a little closer to game time. I will say this though, I want to look real quick while since you're on this CeeDee Lamb thing. So I'm looking at, so you got Saquon Barkley over 74.5, CeeDee Lamb over 72.5, but you can go to BetMGM and get some better odds there. But I do want to look at a parlay here. So let's just say, and I know, look, I realize, look, we got bit in the ass last week. I made this Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb play that didn't come anywhere close to hitting, but I did almost nail the 2 touchdowns apiece, Najee Harris and Latavius Murray. If they don't give the ball to Melvin Gordon on the goal line, we're cashing that thing. But
Yeah.
let's just look at Saquon Barkley for 100 yards rushing and CeeDee Lamb 100 yards receiving. I just want to see what it looks like. That parlay is we got to kill one of these. There. Yeah, plus 1031. Okay, well, it didn't change it. Plus 1031. So
Damn. Solid.
almost 10 and a half to 1 for 100 yards apiece, and nobody needs to score. We just need 100 yards.
What about
that's one of those ladder things that I'm
well, I was
thinking.
about to say, what about adding a touchdown there each?
Oh shoot. Okay, if you
Well, I
all
mean,
right.
just if we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
do it,
yeah. Hey,
let's
look,
see
yeah,
what
let's
number we're getting here.
swing for the fences here.
Maybe it'll make the Twitter on Thursday afternoon.
There you go. Drop a TD in there for both of them. It's 22.61, so almost
Yeah,
23 to 1 odds.
and I could see that happening for sure. So those are definitely the two areas that both offenses should attack. So it would
Mm-hmm.
make sense if I were the coaches.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
we shall see. You want to
Never
run through
assume
these?
rational coaching, but just in case there's rational coaching, you want to
Yep.
be on the right side of that.
Yeah, exactly. You want to run through some of these little Thanksgiving specials
Yeah,
that you were
yeah. So,
seeing,
so
and then
that's the
we'll
yeah.
jump
So
out of here.
that's the last thing I want to do. We'll go back here. So this is a treat for you folks. If you stuck around with us up to this point, here we go. Any QB throwing 4+ TDs is plus 175. That seems super low. I'm not taking that.
Josh
No
Allen
way.
would be the only
I know, but
guess.
why don't I just go to Josh Allen
But
and just make
yeah,
it be
no,
him?
but
You
exactly.
know,
And his over 2.5, I think is plus money when I looked. So yeah,
yeah,
no, 100%.
get way better money for that.
Yeah.
So let's see what do we have. Micah Parsons to record 2 full sacks. Oof, that's a tough one.
I don't even know how healthy he is and everything. They might be
Yeah,
trying to
he
bait you on that one.
dinged his knee. Yeah,
He
he
might not
dinged his
even have
knee
a
at the
full snap count if he doesn't,
country.
especially if they don't need him to.
Yeah. So any Thanksgiving game to go into overtime. That's interesting. That could be
Patriots
the
Vikings
Patriots Vikings. I was thinking the same
3-3.
thing.
As long as the Vikings punt it out of bounds, we're
Yeah.
good. 3-3.
Kayvon Thibodeau and Sam Williams to record 1 full sack each. Ramondre Stevenson and Dalvin Cook to both have 100 rushing yards each. That's what I'm saying. Like they're trying to bait you with some of these other things, but I do want to go here. So this is interesting to me. This is the stuff where it's like, all right, they're not trying to bait you with anything. This is just pick one of these teams to be the highest scoring team on that day, right? So I think naturally Buffalo. Now if I could go with a
Hard to pass that up there.
I could go with a second highest scoring team play. If I could do
Cowboys?
that, it would no. I'd go with the
Lions?
Lions. Yeah, But I just think it's gonna be. I think it could be
I hear
ugly.
you.
It could get really ugly. Let's see, lowest scoring team. Now that's an interesting one. So here's one where it could get. It could get. I think
The
I would want
winner
to go
or the
here.
loser of the Patriots Vikings game.
I'm going Vikings, man. Like I feel
Yeah.
like Vikings now. Buffalo
It's
at
the
plus
loser of that game
2,500.
for sure. Can we lock that in anywhere?
Say what?
Can we
The
lock
loser of
in
that game.
lowest scoring game anywhere
Well,
or
you could
anything
bet
like that?
both of them.
'Cause
You could bet both of them, and it's plus 270 or plus 480. So like, it's just like take your pick, and you're gonna win. If that is the case, you're gonna win. I don't know what is that plus 150 minimum. Because you're giving up a unit to get that Vikings play in, and you're getting plus 270 for the Patriots. Highest scoring game, lowest scoring game. Now
oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Yep.
the hook that gets
Patriots
us.
Vikings lowest scoring
Patriots
game.
Vikings minus 105.
Ah,
They
damn.
already know.
No
They
value
already
there.
know.
It's not
Yeah,
even
they
worth
already
it.
know. It's
Yeah.
definitely not worth
I'm
it.
telling you, man, that Patriots defense is elite. They are
Yeah.
nice.
Lowest scoring game, highest scoring game. Bills Lions is top of the list. Giants Cowboys. Now that's an interesting one there, because you could have like the Cowboys damn near carry that themselves if this thing gets away. But yeah, it's hard to stay away from that Bills. Yeah, they
Yeah.
already know. Like, and
Yeah.
this is the stuff we told you all this stuff before we started looking at these things. It's just interesting. I'm disappointed that we don't have anything that jumps out and says like bet
Like
me,
with value.
because
Yeah.
they're off. They're way off on this. No, they know that where they're baiting you is here with these, because everybody likes these little gimmicky things, and
Yep.
I'd much rather go look for. Okay, so wait, Saquon Barkley have a rushing and a receiving touchdown. Jamal Williams to score three touchdowns. They think Jamal Williams can score three again. Come on now.
Yeah. See,
Uh,
like, yeah. Watch.
Pollard,
Wait.
Pollard and
They said
Elliott to
Jamal
both score
Williams for
two, just
three.
like last week. Yeah,
Evan
Jamal Williams.
Singletary for three. That's the
That's
one.
actually a
That's the
good
play. They're
idea.
gonna opposite
That's a
that
good
shit.
idea. That's a good idea. No
Because
joke, bro.
somebody's gonna get three. It's Thanksgiving. They're gonna fucking do that.
And they
Remember
have
when
the
who got didn't Alvin Kamara get like 5 on Christmas a couple years ago?
yo, listen. So they're doing it with Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott too, because that happened last week. It was Jamal Williams to score three, and Pollard and Elliott both scored two. If you had all that, like this is plus 3,500, plus 7,000. If you had all that last week, I don't know what you would have done, but it would have been a ton of money if you had bet
Yeah,
all three of
definitely.
those, especially if you parlayed them. But I just want to look at this. So you talked about Devin Singletary. So they're saying two apiece for the two Cowboys running backs. I'm going two for this man right here, Saquon Barkley at plus 500, because I could see that, and I could still see the Giants lose, but Saquon is like the whole offense, or not the whole off, but he's the entire red zone offense. So anyway,
I hear
that's
you.
it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. I thought there was gonna be some more sexy stuff in that Thanksgiving plays down at the bottom there, but it is what it is. Maybe they'll add some stuff to this as we get closer. But those are your Turkey Day specials from the I Got Next crew. Um, we're gonna get in, like AG said, he's gonna break down some of this a little bit more in detail for Thursday morning for your reading pleasure. And with that, I don't have anything else. You got anything else, AG?
Hey, just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let us know in the comments
Yeah.
if you like our picks or not. And we'll be back with the rest of the games for the rest of the week. Well, not the rest of the games. We're not going to cover all of them, obviously, with the
Right.
specials. But we'll have a couple episodes throughout the weekend and the plus odds play. And then Sunday morning, as always. So make sure you're here with us there. And let's cash out again. Let's have another good week.
Yeah. That's
Peace.
right. Peace.